in preparation a woman will go through before seeing a man. Like everything, shower, brushing our teeth 5 fucking times, skincare, sometimes a full face of makeup, sometimes not. Natural look is fine too. And then a man cancels on the girl. Like, do y'all not fucking care? Like, women will go through so much fucking shit before seeing a man just to get canceled on. And I tell myself, if that happens to me, okay, I did an everything shower for myself. I'm extra clean. My face is glowing. But it's so irritating. And I think this is one of the reasons why there's a male lonely epidemic. Stop making plans with women if you have no intention of actually going through with the plans. Women go through a lot of shit before seeing a man. Like, a lot of us are not like bums and lazy. Like, we make sure our whole body smells like vanilla and coconut.
Being selfish by not approaching women. Let me explain. When it comes to approaching women, a lot of guys hold back because they're afraid of coming across as creepy or making a bad impression. And honestly, that fear makes sense because we've all seen guys out there who are approaching women without any thought. Guys who make it awkward, disrespectful, or just plain uncomfortable. And it's those guys that women are wary of. But here's the thing. You are not one of those guys. The fact that you even care about how you're coming across, or that you don't want to impose on her day or bother her, puts you in a completely different category. Here's the truth. Women want to be approached. Would you agree with me if I told you that women are also looking for that love story that starts at the bookstore or a coffee shop or at the gym? Nobody wants to be a Bumble success story. Sure, they'll take it if that's what happens. But deep down, women want it to happen organically too. So for you, stop denying women the opportunity to get to know such a great guy. Take the step and make the move.
You know, I don't see the male loneliness epidemic as women walking away from men. I actually see it as us creating space for men to step in to positions of leading their own lives the way that they want to lead their own lives, right? Because any man who is genuinely interested in creating a relationship with a woman understands that there are things that you need to do to make yourself desirable. The power that men can get from picking up a book and reading it is unbelievable. And I don't think that men realize that the more educated you become around what women are looking for and what they're interested in, the better their outcomes will be. It is literally the equivalent of pain point marketing in the marketing world and in the social media space. We look at what pain points our clients are suffering with. We look at what their goals are, and we adjust our messaging to those things so that we can attract more of those people in. And I think it's the exact same when we apply it to the male loneliness epidemic. If men are so interested in finding a partner in which research has shown that men are happier, they make more money, and they have a better longevity and better quality of life when they are in a relationship with a woman, then that's something that they should probably learn to do in order to find a woman who they want to settle with. And so
I'm a 23-year-old woman. Okay. I'll be 24 in March. I have a child. I want to be a wife. Okay. I want to be a wife. Casual, short term. What the fuck? What the actual fuck do you mean that you're 30 years old and you only want to hook up? What?
Translation: why won't men commit to a single mom? Because she's offering baggage while calling them expired at 30. Next question.
Quick question. Where are we meeting the men that actually want to date and be in a relationship? Because it's not the dating apps. It's not.
I have said this before and I will say it again. They are most likely working or home chilling or maybe just ignoring people.
It's literally crazy that women have created an entire multi-million-dollar industry on the way they want to be yearned for, and men still can't figure it out. We have thousands, hundreds of thousands of romance novels.
I am convinced that these men just don't like women. They just don't like us. Not saying that they like men, but they just don't like us. Every time we point out like where a man is lacking, right? So it's like, oh, we want men to be more romantic and give us flowers. Their comeback will be like, why am I getting a girl flowers? They're going to die anyway. Okay, you don't like us. I saw a meme yesterday and it was a man like, when you're having a bad day and she sends you a selfie and your day gets worse. Huh? Y'all really hate us. We say like, oh, I love a man that opens the door for me. Why would I open a woman's door? She got 2 hands. She could open her own door. You hate us. Oh, we love like the girlfriend proposals and we love the decorated hotel room. Why would I be decorating? Yo, just say you don't like us. Just say you don't like us. That's it. And we'll just move on. We'll just move on. Y'all can stop pretending that y'all actually like us. We get it. Y'all don't like us. It's cool. We're gonna find somebody that does like us, and then we find the people that like us. Y'all be mad. It's no winning. It's no winning.
We don't like the lack of reciprocation. Women demand a lot and offer little.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore. Us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun isn't it?
Hello, my kings out there. So the depression is peaking. Women will spend years pushing independence and high standards and talking about the fact that men are trash are now in full panic mode. I mean, they keep saying, stop ignoring me. Men don't want to date anymore right now. Millions of men are choosing loneliness. Millions of men out there are choosing peace and self-focus over dealing with drama and games and one-sided effort. They thought we keep chasing forever, but brothers are done. I mean, the brothers out there are literally done about everything right now. And today we are breaking down this in these clips we're watching right now. I mean, the loneliness, the male loneliness epidemic, the excuses, and why rational men are opting out for something better right now. So if you're a king, prioritizing your peace over chaos, this is definitely for you. Smash the like if you are seeking a big shift, and drop a comment. And I'll be back so we can talk more about the whole thing.
Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
The main problem is parents aren't raising girls to be wives. Men are staying single because so many women want a husband but don't want the work that comes with a real relationship. Marriage used to mean partnership, not convenience.
Why successful men stay single? It's often the same mechanism that makes men savage in the workplace that also makes them extremely intelligent when it comes to women. For example, successful men know how to sniff out desperation and entitlement. Most women want their lifestyle, not them, so they become experts at sniffing that shit. They don't settle.
I am right now, like so chronically single. Like I think men are allergic to me. I don't even know. So if anyone wants to have a crush on me, feel free. I'm not even picky at this point. I'm not picky. Beggars can't be choosers. So if anybody wants to fall in love with me, let me know. I'm down. Unless you give me the ick, then that's game over for you. And that's the issue. Everyone gives me the ick. So I think it's just me and my cats for the foreseeable future. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not upset. Not at all. It's really the men of Austin that are missing out on me, not the other way around. Don't get it twisted.
You might want to save that energy, ma'am, because at this rate, chronically single is about to become your long-term reality.
I always say I get like a lot of attention from men, and I do, but I will say that I've like reached this point where I kind of scare men now, and I love it. Like I really love it. Like only the bravest of the brave or the stupidest of the stupid will come forward. Like a lot of men just don't talk to me. They'll stare at me, right? They'll think of me, but they don't talk to me. They don't fucking approach me. And I feel like it's a good thing. You know, it's like I'm I've reached a new level.
Men aren't scared of you, sweetheart. They're just not interested. They simply chose their peace over the headache.
Women.
How the fuck are you going to be like late 20s? And I'm talking like 29, 30, 28, 29, 30. And put on your fucking dating profile that you're looking for something casual or short term. Bitch, you're almost dead. You're reaching soil level and you want something casual / short term? This is the shit that pisses me off about dating. Because
I realized how little game that I had with men until one time I was out at a bar with my friends and I'd had a few drinks and my ego was getting a little bit too high that night. And I think I was running a little bit low on money.
So you're broke.
I don't know. I just couldn't afford to buy myself drinks all night. Why did I go out? I know it was my fault. But anyway, me being dumb and having too many drinks already, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go find a guy that'll buy me a drink. But I didn't really want to put much effort into it.
Shocker.
So I'm with my girlfriends and I'm like, what should I do? How should I, what should I say? How should I find a guy? Whatever. So they point at this guy that was across the bar that was kind of looking at me. And they were like, you have to walk up to that guy. He's already looking at you, blah, blah, blah. He looks interested. And I was like, okay, what should I say? And I was like, should I just literally walk up and be like, you really look like you want to buy me a drink right now? And my friends were like, yeah. They were hyping me up.
Oh, your little chicken-headed friends. Yeah. Not a good idea.
So much. They're like, you have to say that. That's so perfect. It's not. But anyway, I got so much courage up and I finally walked over to him. He was standing there with two of his guy friends and I just tap on his shoulder and he turned to me and I was like, you really look like you want to buy me a drink right now. And you want to know what he said? He looks me dead in the eyes and goes, no, I don't.
Gotcha, bitch.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just go flush myself down the toilet or something. Jesus.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, this is why I say in chat, put on one in the chat if you agree, women don't have game. It's not a thing. When I was growing up, I never met a chick that had game that was like, oh, she was a smooth talker. She really knew how to schmooze. No, all girls know how to do is look cute. That's it. You want to have good game as a girl? Ask questions to a guy and laugh at all of his crappy jokes. And guys will be like, oh my God, she loves me. It's really not that hard. Agree with what he says. It's not hard. Guys are not hard. That's what's so funny to me, though, is that women don't even have that basic understanding of men. Because in my opinion, and put a 1 in the chat if you agree, men have to understand women to sleep with them, but women do not have to understand men to sleep with them. No, not at all. Men are definitely the superior species when it comes to the mental gymnastics that it takes to court coitus amongst the other sex. Look at your boy using the big words in the morning. Court coitus. All right, what do we have here? Masculine men don't want... I love it when a woman tells me what I don't want.
Do not want masculine women. I've noticed that a lot of
Okay, all right. Never. You know what I mean? She's actually... Okay, you know what I mean? She's on our side. I'm sorry.
Type women who are loud, who are boss babes. They'll complain that there are just no good men out there. I'll hear them say that men are just intimidated by them, that they're afraid of their energy and stuff. That's not true. The truth is they just don't like them. I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers, but it is just reality. If you want to find a good man, you have to let yourself be a feminine woman. Men do not care how much money you make. They're not impressed by your degrees or what job you have. Modern feminists and just our current society send women messages from the time we're little girls that in order to have a happy, successful life, you need to basically become a man. You need to have all their traits. You need to be a leader. You need to be loud. You need to be strong. In reality, women competing with men just leaves us feeling icky and alone and bitter.
What kind of man wants and losers? You want to compete with men? Cool, men ain't gonna hold back. A few things to unpack here. A man being intimidated by a masculine woman is like a woman being intimidated by a feminine man. We're not intimidated by that. Where if anything, we're annoyed. It's just like you would be annoyed by a feminine man. And then there was another point that she made. I've always said, and then put 1 in the chat if you agree. Modern women nowadays are basically turning into the men that they've always wanted to be with. They're career driven. They're trying to get their money up. They're trying to get their status up. They're trying to get clout amongst their network up. When in reality, that's not what you should be doing as a woman if you want to be in a relationship.
Friend, this gorgeous girl who thinks there are no good men left out there in the world. My husband and I have taken it on as our personal mission to be sure we find her a good guy. More fun than you could ever imagine she is, and she's a stunner.
How I can't get a healthy, normal relationship when I'm the ultimate jackpot. I have 7 different personalities. I have hardly any emotion. I'm the most unemotionalist person, completely unjealous, like not a jealous bone in my body. And I change my hair like every few days. So essentially it's like sleeping with a different woman every night. And that's obviously what every man wants, right? I mean, from my experience, it is. So I don't understand. Help me out. Help me get it.
I have to actually leave my house to find a husband. Like the husband isn't going to come to my front door unless he is one of my delivery drivers. But now I do actually have to go out, talk to people.
Like, okay, there's no way I can get everything from one man, right? It's like I need one guy to bang me, one guy to cook for me, one guy to make me laugh, one guy to build furniture for me. So maybe I'm not looking for a husband, maybe I'm looking for a staff. Like, am I trying to build a relationship or am I trying to build an LLC empire?
But this is the most single that I've ever been. No dates, no talking phases, phone just dry. Somebody was to call me right now, I already know who calling me. And although I am enjoying my peace, I have to admit it get lonely sometimes. So God, whatever you're doing in this season, please don't do it without me.
That's really lonely. And although there was like the situationship guy and I've been like a few dates and stuff, I've not been in anything that even resembles a relationship. And that can be really difficult. And even when you've got a life you love and like I've got loads of friends and family and hobbies and interests and passions, sometimes it is really lonely. And you get these people who are like, oh, you'll find it when you're least expecting it. It's like, cool, but when is that going to be? And there is nobody knocking on my door except the postman, and well, he's old and I don't want the postman. So I think you sometimes have to put effort into finding somebody and effort into finding your person, because if you're just sitting around waiting for it, it's unlikely to happen. So just know, even when you've got like a life you love, even when you're happy being single, sometimes it's really...
Years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences.
Okay, they would be less quiet if they like really enjoyed video games and joined Discord and like grew up some friendships there. Just saying.
Be self-sufficient, put your career first. You don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later.
Women put themselves in these situations because a lot of women are very desperate to have a man. And a lot of women are very desperate to fulfill a fantasy. So they're open to any man that would give them the illusion of the fantasy. And even if he doesn't give them the illusion of the fantasy, she'll ignore all of the indicators that he's not near this fantasy type, and she'll try to force it and try to build her own man. So most often women do this to themselves. Right. When they blame men, yes, men are doing everything that you say they're doing. But you keep chasing them. You're still choosing them. You're still choosing them even in the face of them doing all of these things that you're complaining about.
And they say it on these podcasts all the time.
Yeah, the men are very vocal. Like, the men aren't hiding anything anymore. They're all talking very loudly. And one of the reasons, men don't actually like what I say. The majority of men despise me on the internet. They do. And the reason that they despise me is because I'm not delusional. Because I can repeat verbatim what a man would say to another man on a podcast. It's okay when the men are saying it to each other, because this is just man talk. We know this. We want to. The men would also talk to a woman and tell her the same thing.
And unfortunately, I get messages from women saying things like, it's 2026, we don't care about men, we don't care what men want. We hear a lot about toxic masculinity, but what isn't spoken about as much is toxic feminism and the damage that that's done. And this is a prime example of that in action, where we see women living sadly in somewhat of an echo chamber where there's so much resentment towards men. And it's not women's fault, by the way, it's not men's fault. It's society and the way we've been conditioned and how we're now kind of pitted against each other. And the fact that some women are being so triggered and so offended by what I'm saying, which to me isn't very controversial at all, actually. I understand why in this climate in society, why some people might perceive it as controversial, but ultimately I'm just trying to encourage people to have happy, fulfilling relationships with each other and with yourself. I think those people just need to pause and think about why they're being triggered by this. What narrative have women been fed to make them believe that greeting their partners nicely with a hug and a kiss when they're coming from work, for example, is oppression? There just seems to be so much anger towards men, and I get it. There are bad men out there. I know that. But there's a lot of really, really amazing, great men out there too. You don't have to live a life full of resentment and anger towards men and feeling the need to be hyper independent, unhealthily independent, in this constant struggle mode, this survival mode where your nervous system's completely out of whack. Appreciating the man in your life is not a weakness on your part. Hi, I'm Holly. I explore masculine feminine dynamics in a way that you've probably not heard before. So if that's something you might be interested in, give me a follow.
You know why a lot of people are single nowadays? It's not just because they can't find someone or they're not lucky. It is because people want 80s and 90s love in 2026, right, but live in a way that makes that kind of love impossible. Back then, people built connections. Now people scroll options like shopping and call it dating. Social media made men obsessed with women they never met, and women expect lives they never built. And that is where everything breaks. When fantasy becomes more exciting than real human connection, nobody wants to build slowly anymore. They want instant feelings, instant validation, instant perfection. Loyalty feels boring, consistency feels replaceable, and effort feels like too much work. For most people. So instead of fixing something real, they leave and chase something new that feels exciting for a moment. The truth is, people are not single because love is gone. They are single because discipline is gone. She's single because she's looking for 90s love. That's right. In this 2026 generation, people aren't dating anymore. They are just talking, catching feelings, sleeping together, and ending up in relationships. Women reach a point in their life where it's not just about sex. It's about something deeper. It's about having a real man who loves her, protects her, and earns her trust. If you really want her, you're going to have to prove it with your actions, not your words. She wants effort, not excuses. Right. Consistency, not confusion. Right. Late night conversations, not late replies. Right. Loyalty, not lies. She's not asking for perfect. She's not asking for real.
So let's start with the obvious, man. Women are now on cameras shocked. Have men given up on us? That is the question they're asking. They don't want the intimacy anymore. They don't want to date. They just want to hang out with their boys. They just want to be with the bros right now. But bro, the same women celebrating single life are now realizing men are actually enjoying their own single life. No more drama, no more walking on eggshells, no more functioning endless standards. And some of them are so pissed about it. They disconnect. They've pushed the narrative saying, I don't basically need a man. That is why most of them have said right now that they don't need a man. And men are realizing their worth right now. Most of the kings out there are saying, yeah, we don't need no drama no more. We don't need no walking on eggshells. They push the narrative, and I think about 10 to 12% of them talk about these things, and all of a sudden most of these women are acting surprised that average kings right now are choosing their peace over them. One creator calls out male loneliness and male loneliness, calling it self-induced, while women singlehood is self-preservation. Can you believe that? That the loneliness of a man is self-induced and that of a woman is self-preservation. Women chase top guys and ignore the regular men out there leveling up. And then when most of these regular men start ignoring them and don't want to talk to them, they start blaming the men, start talking down on them. And so the real talk is that most men aren't lonely by accident. Many of them are choosing it. So why deal with the entitlement? The last minute flex or the effort when it isn't reciprocated. Women are preparing everything. They just prep everything, and the showers, the makeup, smelling nice, vanilla, everything, only to get ghosted by these guys right now in 2026. And most of these guys stop making plans for these women right now in 2026. That is exactly what is happening right now. So fellas, most of these women right now, most men are not approaching these women right now. They just want something fast. And some of them are saying, where are the traditional men? Where are the gospel men right now that used to be out there and wanted something serious? So they want men to go back to the traditional ways. But after years of equality, meaning women demand the providers, the protectors, and then when it comes to accepting the male dominance, they really don't want it. They don't want to go for it. So, I mean, most men are out there saying, who is getting on the one knee down? They are not getting on the one knee down. They are saying it is delusional for them to get on the one knee down and talk to these women. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Like and subscribe.